Welcome, everyone. This is Doria Larrier, and I'm coming very quickly to share with you something that I designed over the past few weeks. It is a GPT. What is a GPT? Let's keep it simple. It's one of those assistants that will make your life easier. This one that I designed is actually for teachers, it's for educators. I am an educator in the New York City public school system, and my particular school and district has certain requirements of us in order to incorporate into our lesson plans. And so I thought that I would help myself out and make my life easier and reduce my planning time literally by 80% in terms of the crux of the information by designing an assistant. Here it is. It is called a lesson plan creator, and quickly I will show you what it can do. So there are, this is just the name, lesson plan creator. Myself, I designed it. It is an expert in crafting structured standards aligned K-12 lesson plans. Here are 4 questions. These are called the conversation starters. This one is, what specific learning goals should we focus on? Could you describe your class's current proficiency? Should we consider differentiating for L's, or this is like students with IEPs? And the last one is, what content are we working on? So I already have an idea. I've actually already designed a number of plans, but I'm going to show you, if you are just looking at this blind, like for the first time, then let's just go with one of these questions. What content are we working on? We'll keep it simple. What content are we working on? Great. Now, it's going to actually prompt. Oops, here we go. Right, so what grade level of specific student needs should we consider for this lesson plan? I'm going to go with a text that my students are reading right now. And so it's English. So let's say language arts. I'm actually going to I'll say reading. Okay, great. Reading, 4th grade. Okay, so it says, perfect, let's craft a lesson plan for 4th grade reading. Now, those people who are actually watching, this actually has to do with educators, but there are others that I've designed for other inspirational leaders because other people know what I do. So let's craft a lesson plan for 4th grade reading. To get started, could you please specify if this lesson should focus on a particular theme or skill, such as comprehension, analysis of text, or something else? Again, I literally designed this with my teaching requirements, with our district mandates. And so you're going to see skills and strategies within this that, for the most part, most teachers across the country have to focus on at some point. So such as comprehension, analysis of text, or something else. Also, do we need to consider any specific needs for English language learners or students with disabilities? And so I already know what I'm asking for, but I'm just going to play along with this. Okay, so I'm going to say focus on, I'll say, character development. Please consider English language learners, and the story to focus on is let's call it in the year. Oh, in the days of King Adobe. Here we go. Okay. So now watch this magic. Again, I'm saying that I want 4th grade reading. The skill is character development. Please consider my L's. and SWDs, or students with IEPs, and then boom. Now watch. I literally primed this or designed this with about 8 different pieces of information. Here we go. It's going to give me the lesson objective with and again, my particular district asks for today we will, so that we can, you've got it when. So we'll analyze characters in the days of King Adobe so we can understand their motivations and how they influence the story. You've got it when you can describe a character's traits, motivations, and changes throughout the story using text evidence. I've pulled the standard, identified the standard. Our particular school uses thinking maps, and so it's going to ask us or tell us what thinking map is best. And then it's the lesson plan, which is the I do, we do, you do. It gives a teacher model, incorporates, again, the map. If your particular school still uses Bloom's taxonomy level, then understanding and applying, it asks initial questions, the we do, the group activity, and then the you do, and it gives you even a time allotment. Then I also primed it. Again, prime is the focus word, with a PBL, or a project-based learning, because this is a text from a quote-unquote another culture. It asks for or it offers a social studies connection. Then there's also a rubric that it can give, and if you want to know what the rubric is, you can actually type in rubric back into this down here, this box down here, and it'll give you a rubric with a character map evaluation. Then there's also a modification for ELs, or our English language learners, which is providing vocabulary lists with definitions and translations using visual aids. Modifications for SWDs to offer audio recordings of the story, and to also provide templates for the character map with more structured prompts. It also offers resources, and I primed it, I designed it to look for particular resources on YouTube or websites. And if you want to go further, you can take literally any of these subcategories and then drop it back into this space at the bottom, and it will provide you with more information. Then the last is differentiated instruction options, meaning they're visual. For students who are visual, create a visual storyboard of the story with emphasis on character changes, auditory, and kinesthetic. So now it says, does this lesson plan meet your expectations, or is there anything else you'd like to add or adjust? You could have something else to add or adjust if you'd like. Let's take one other option of, how about this, modification for L's. And I'm going to literally copy it, and then I'm going to drop it in and say, please provide examples for, and then I'm going to paste this and see what it gives me. And then it's going to give detailed examples for the modifications for L's. So now, whether or not the text or the teacher's text asked or offered these particular vocabulary lists, it's going to provide it as well. And I love the fact that it's actually giving a Spanish equivalent, right? So this particular text is about a town, I think, like near Mexico, or in the southwestern area of the United States. So Adobe, decree, loyal, tyrant, etc. And then it also provided a little more information about visual aids and graphic organizers that one could use. Now, again, this is the framework. This is what you can then take, and my colleagues will know what I'm talking about. You can take each of these sections and then drop it into your slide deck, and make it as visually appealing as you'd like. But literally, the objective, the standards are there, the thinking map, the I do, we do, you do, the PBL, modifications for L's, for SWDs, resources, differentiated instruction, etc. And then any further information that you need. So that is what I designed and have to offer. And so I hope that it will be useful for those who need it. And within the K-12 band, and so within the K-12 arena, now if you're a K-2, a 3-5, a 6-8, a 9-12, if you're within the New York City public school system, this can be used because, again, it has been primed and designed to fit the standards, the scope and sequence for all subject areas, and you could use it with the lesson plan creator, GPT. I hope that it was helpful, and if you'd like more information, please let me know. For now, have a great day.